All right, folks, thank you for sticking around. We are ready for our next run, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, Julius mode, all bosses, no magic cancels, with Lonely showcasing pure execution and precision in a no-frills boss rush through Dracula's castle. Lonely, the floor is yours.
All right, what's up, everyone? I'm Lonely. It's also okay to call me Brooke. I'm going to be doing, like I said, Julius All Bosses today. Really cool category in Dawn of Sorrow. But yeah, I'm ready to get things going if we're all good. I'll just give a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is Julius mode. It's the alternate mode you get when you beat the game once. But it's really more apt to call it Julius and Friends. It's what people called it back in the day. Because we're not actually going to spend that much time playing as Julius. In fact, it's basically just this first fight, and then the rest of it will be Friends, we will get into shortly. With me, I should have introduced you before the run. I got Jupiter Climb. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm just here to help. It's going to be a great run today.
That's the best commentary intro I've ever heard. I'm just here to help.
So we're gonna get our first of 2 friends here. We're gonna get Yoko, and immediately switch to her. Yoko has a much better, farther and faster backdash. So yeah, the category is all bosses. Normally, to beat this game glitchless, you have to fight most of the bosses. You can skip Paranoia for whatever reason in Julius mode. But we're going to be fighting him. Oops, I may be bad. There we go. But my point is, you can skip fighting a lot of the bosses. With a glitch. And I will be using glitches in this run, but I also have to fight every boss. So we want to get our third, or I guess second friend, third character, as soon as possible. It's kind of what the early game routing is based off of.
I wonder who it's gonna be.
Yeah. I leveled up off that guy. So Jupiter, do you want to talk about the strategy for this Laughing Man fight?
Yeah, so you notice that Lonely took a safety save. That is going to be the first of many. This is one of the tougher Castlevania speedrun categories, period, for my money. This boss fight, for example, even though there's a manip, as you can see, it's easy to get knocked around. Very tough to stay in manip. So far, Lonely doing a great job. But yeah, this is a tough category. I think bosses in Dawn are some of the best in the Castlevania franchise, but they're tough to optimize and do well. And you have to learn basically 3 characters for this one category. So there's a lot going on. As you can see, Yoko's a magician type, and the spells do a ton of damage. Nicely done.
Chat, now that you have eyes and you see just how quickly Lonely is going through this game, we need to get those donations in now so we can get that menace fight at the end. Brooke, Jupiter, what can you tell me about the Menace fight without giving too much away?
It's the final boss of Soma mode. I'm going to be fighting it basically as if it were the end of a glitchless any percent run. So I'm not going to have a ton of resources, and I'm going to be at a pretty low level. That's not where you go. So it's going to be a pretty intense fight. I'm also going to be using a strategy that drains my HP as I attack.
Ooh.
So it's definitely something you want to see.
Oh, that sounds real fun, real cool.
1 second. I think there's a tech thing. I'm looking at tech chat if you want me to do something.
Just keep going for now, and
Just
we
keep
can
going?
check in on
Alright,
that
cool.
letter, yeah.
Chill. Okay, I can
Keeping
mute
it
my
rolling.
OBS. Yeah. All right. So this fight, sorry about that. This fight's really cool. There's a really cool strategy. I'm only going to try it once. Got it?
Yo, let's
Good.
go.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about what that trick is?
Hang on, hold on. And another one coming up. You going for it again?
That's too early. Oh, no, wow.
Let's go. Oh, hang on. I'm going to compensate after the fight is done. Hold on. I'm invested. Oh, nice. That was really good. So yeah, that's either a 2-frame or a 3-frame window, but it's an awkward 2 or 3-frame, and it's really tough to do. What you want to do is you want to use the Alucard attack special right as the Iron Maiden shuts, and you can totally avoid damage. I can tell you, I think both Lonely and myself have lost countless runs to going for that, so getting 2 in a row
definitely.
in a marathon is fantastic.
I don't think I've ever gotten 2 in a row, actually.
GG.
Like in a run. So that was really cool. So, experience tracking. You want to talk about that, Jupiter, and why that's important for this category?
So there is a glitch in this game. Let me rephrase. There are a bunch of glitches in this game.
Yeah.
But for our purposes, the one glitch we're focused on is if you're out of bounds as Alucard when you level up, you can get out of bounds by using the sword special, which teleports you. If you can kill an enemy off screen and level up at the same time, you'll warp out of bounds, and that can get you places early. So there are a couple of important ones for all bosses. It's mostly useful in any percent. They can save some time here as well. So we're going to want to make sure that...
with and without memory corruption. It's very useful.
Oh yeah, you can do some insane stuff in any percent. But it's good here too. You can skip parts of some areas. So it's important to keep track of how much experience you've got. On top of everything else with the movement and the combat, you've also got to focus on experience. So there's a lot going on in all bosses.
Yeah, I need to keep track of which enemies I kill. And there will be a few points where I level up, and that'll kind of tell me where I am on my experience, but it requires a lot of experience, no pun intended, to know when you level up which enemies to kill. Coming up is going to be Balor. This is Julius's time to shine. The reason we do this fight with Julius, that's not what I meant to do, is because he has the special ability to break the ice blocks. And after you beat a boss, you can't switch right away. You have to wait for the orb to finish spawning in. So fighting the boss as Julius allows me to immediately go off to the right. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I'm going to be grabbing the orb. But pretend in a normal run where I don't get hit by the laser. Ooh, nice whipped angle kill. I would skip grabbing the orb and go fight the bosses off to, or go break the blocks right away without having to wait for the orb.
Lonely, will we be seeing Julius again?
Not for any prolonged period.
Sad.
Yeah, Yoko and Alucard just kind of outclass him in basically every way. Attack speed, movement speed. Julius just can't even make it in his own mode anymore. Too old. But yeah, we're just going to be making our way to the next boss. If you have anything to read, Rara, now would be a great time.
Yes, absolutely. We have $10 from Sphere Kurabon with no comment, but thank you so much for that generous donation. We really appreciate it. Y'all, I have been talking a little, like before this started, I talked a little bit with the runner of our next run, Morrowind Musical Daredevil, and he said that if he doesn't get any options for what to name his character, he's going to choose something really, really boring. And we don't want really, really boring. We want something fun here. We're raising money for Trainer Nade. We're having fun. We're raising money for puppies. Give me some puppy names that we can work with. So exclamation point donate in the chat and make sure that you're selecting that bid war when you send in your donation.
Shouts to Spirit Kurabon, another really good Castlevania runner. But coming up is going to be the Dimitri fight. Pretty unique fight because he copies whatever ability you use. So we're going to get him to copy Alucard's Hellfire, which also the first time we're using Hellfire, actually. And when he's casting Hellfire, kind of gives us a window to wail on him.
Yeah, funny enough, in this category,
and get hit by all 3 fireballs after he's dead. That's a fun way to lose the run.
I was going to say, Dimitri in this category, unironically, one of the easier bosses to die on, because Hellfire is quite good. He can definitely combo you.
Oh, Sphere is in the chat, and they said good luck, meant to put a comment in their donation.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. We accept all donations, whether or not they have a comment. So thank you so much again for that.
I can actually skip Orb here, which is pretty rare. Hi, Julius. Bye, Julius. So you do have to cycle through the characters. So you do have to switch to Julius briefly whenever you want to play as Yoko. So that's his only time he gets to shine for the rest of the run. I'm going to open this warp here because we will be coming back to this area. Dark Chapel is kind of a good central hub warp in Dawn along with Garden. Okay, that guy. That pig enemy can punch you and send you to Narnia, so... Very good that that didn't happen. Here's an instance where we're going to be forced to switch to Alucard to get through the gap. And then immediately switch back. Hi, Julius. Bye, Julius. Jupiter, do you want to discuss this boss? This awful, awful boss?
It's everyone's favorite, Rahab the Fish. Now, thankfully, Yoko has got access to a really good homing electric spell, which is absolutely perfect. And unlike with Soma, everyone here can actually swim by default, so that's nice. Honestly, I think on Julius mode, this fight is better than in the regular game.
Definitely. It's actually not even the worst fight in Julius mode, but probably the second worst.
What would you say is the worst?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Little sneak preview.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a little bit of a water area here. So in the water, I'm not going to be backdash jumping like I have been. Instead, I'm going to be backdash crouching because the jump gets floatier in water. I did. Okay, whatever. And backdash crouching is really hard because you have to fully let go of crouch before you input each backdash.
I would say this room right here is one of the toughest places to manage experience, because it's easy to kill too many or too few enemies. That all looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, I haven't leveled up yet, which is good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're in the circus. So another sequence breaky type thing here. Gonna open this switch with Alucard special. Have a banger alert. Any classic Vania fans in chat probably recognize this one. Would have preferred to not take that hit, but I should be fine. So yeah, the fastest movement with Alucard in these straightaways is to backdash, double jump, dive kick. Pretty high APM movement. Coming up on a pretty difficult but really fun fight, Bat Company. I probably should have prepared an easier strategy, but instead I'm going to be doing what I would do in a PB attempt. You can one cycle this boss, but I'm going to be going for a 2 cycle. Which involves
one cycle's more of a
damage.
YOLO, to be honest. It's really scary.
This is still good 2 cycle. Alright, I'm gonna play it safe because I got the circle spitter. If I got the hand, I would have gone for the 2 cycle. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a scary
Was
fight.
that dive kick, so sorry to interrupt, was that dive kick optimal? I've not seen that dive kick before.
Yes, I've been meaning to send that to you. That's the thing I started doing.
Because it makes sense, because you're going to collect the orb no matter what, and then you save probably like a couple tenths of a second that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool optimization I came up with.
Very fancy.
So we're coming up on our first zip. I did save because if I over level, it's faster to reload the save than to grind another level. It's just awful if that happens. I think, based on where I leveled up, I should kill... this is where I have to make a hard choice. I'm going to kill these 2 guys, and then I'm not going to kill the tombstone. If I have to kill an extra guy to zip, that's whatever.
Better to be under than over for this zip.
I'm also going to do a little bit of a safer method where I reload the screen. You can do this a tad faster. Okay, fine. Yeah. Should have killed the tombstone. Should have killed more stuff. Right? 4th time's the charm. Ooh, do I have enough to... I don't have enough to special. The good thing is, once I kill this guy, I'll know exactly where I am on the experience route. Special also costs MP, which is mildly annoying. There we go. And in a PB attempt, I would enter this fight from the left side. But for safety save purposes, I'm just gonna... Also, if you enter from the left side, you're guaranteed to take a hit. Because you're never supposed to enter from the left side. This is Gurgoth. Any Jupiter Prime subs in chat probably have that emote. What is it again? I don't know the code.
Jupe Champ.
Jupe
Everybody
Champ.
likes
Okay,
Gurgoth.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you have that emote, I want to see it in the Twitch chat right now.
I'm also going to do something really silly on this fight. I probably should have told you that I was going to do this, Jupiter, but whatever. We'll get there in phase 2. Alright, so phase 2 starting. Destroys the tower. I actually have to count slashes here. This poison is very dangerous. Alright, that should be enough. So a fun thing in this game is you do more damage with your dive kick the higher up you do the dive kick from. Kinda intuitively. So of course, the longest vertical room in the game, you know what I have to do. Oh, I didn't kill with it. Too bad. It's so cool when you get the kill with it. Sword could be saved.
I believe this is the only Castlevania game that has that mechanic where the
Yeah, it's very strange to be in one game and then they removed it for the others. But oh, I need to grab the key because I didn't. Usually I grab the key before the fight, but because I safety saved and open the door. Oh, real quick, while we're opening this door, you want to talk about what the NMC part of the category means? Because that's something we haven't really explained yet.
Yeah, so I mentioned at the start of the run, there are many, many glitches in this game. Like a lot of Castlevanias, this is a super broken speedrun. NMC means no memory corruption, which of course implies there's this memory corruption glitch you can do to basically hack the game in real time, and you can edit the memory to like despawn bosses, warp to the credits, all kind of things. So for our purposes, we got to defeat all the bosses, and you can use any glitch you want except for that one. That's its own separate deal.
In this room. Yeah, what the glitch allows you to do for Julius mode specifically is raise your stats so that you one-shot every boss. And then you can also open portals you haven't been to yet using the glitch. So basically removes all the fun parts of the category, the boss fights.
Can I very quickly summarize any percent memory corruption?
Yeah, go for it.
Here's what you do. You get out of bounds, you hack the game for 5 minutes, you go to the final boss.
And that hacking is literally just holding a direction, basically. I mean, there's technically a little more to it than that, but it's very uninteresting.
It's mostly just holding forwards out of bounds, and then you kill the boss in one hit, and you win.
Yeah. One of the most optimized Castlevania records, probably. At least for, like, handheld.
Is this a JoJo reference?
Yeah. JoJo? Any JoJo fans in chat? Oops. I could do something foolish on this fight and do an a la carte special out of bounds when they'll level up. Which just skips the, or it puts me further into the next room, saves like a second, but I wouldn't be able to grab the orb if I did that. And HP, this is one of the tightest HP segments in the run. Especially because I'm going to do this damage boost. Nice. Bye, Julius. Bye, Julius. These three, and then the succubus, and then the 4 succubus. And then it should be good for the level up off the chariot. So this is going to look a little silly. I'm going to go here, save, kill the succubus. Because again, if I overlevel, it's extremely bad. Especially at this point, like I don't really have a backup prepared. So I would just load the save. Hope I don't level up here. Alright, good. Now I'm going to go save again, because I'm doing a zip immediately into a boss fight. This is probably the hardest segment of the run. The zip into the boss. The zip itself is not that tricky, but if you fail it, you can put yourself at low MP. And you need you would like MP for this boss. First time, every time.
Do I have time for a quick announcement?
Yeah, go for it.
We have met that Menace fight milestone.
Nice. This fight's kind of long and repetitive, so if you want to read the donations that got us there, now would be a great time.
Absolutely. We got $100 from... It's loading right now. Give me a second. $100 from Rough Life Goldens, which is the breeder who raised Quet for the first 9 weeks of his life.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's no comment, but thank you so much, Rough Life Goldens, for that $100. We really appreciate it, and thank you for helping us get that milestone for the Menace fight met.
Okay. Scary fight. I almost could have died at the end from a combo. But yeah, that's awesome that we got the Menace met. It's like, thank you so much, everyone, for your donations. It should be a good time. Hopefully I will first try it. But yeah, I'm going to do a strat here. Well, it's not really a strat. It's more like just a routing thing. I've dubbed it the Belnada's Backtrack. Which are, we used to do this backtracking segment as Alucard. But it's a little faster but trickier to do it as Yoko. Just because of her faster backdash. But you have to do some trickier platforming because Yoko doesn't have a high jump like Alucard does.
Yeah, it's interesting. Alucard is the only character of the three that can fly, and flight is required for a couple parts in the game, so you could actually win without Yoko, but Alucard is required.
That's the tricky jump right there. Another save. It's actually the only save I'm going to take before the next boss. And the next boss is the one I alluded to that was the worst boss in the game. At least for speedrunning, because very RNG dependent. I also have to do weird movement through that room to avoid getting kicked. But yeah, next boss is Paranoia, the mirror boss. You have to stand on that switch for like an obnoxiously long amount of time. It's like slightly longer than you think every time. At least for me. Yeah, this room is where you save a lot of time with backtracking with Yoko because of the long backdash. Alright, but first, before we fight Paranoia, we have to fight the little guy. Uh-oh. Pretty good little guy. And now the big guy, Paranoia. You can one-cycle him, but it's very difficult and RNG dependent. Can I talk about the double hits with the Ice Jupiter? Because that's something that's going to be relevant starting with this boss.
Yeah, all about good positioning. And make sure you're right under... Oh, well... Not the worst RNG, but not enough for a one-cycle.
Cool. Got a haircut
yeah,
from the laser.
When it comes to the ice attack, you can get multiple hits in. On this fight, Aguni, also another boss coming up later. That's going to be important too.
I already fought Aguni, but yeah.
Yeah. So we're just saying during the...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Solid 2-cycle is more than acceptable.
Yeah, the TLDR is that if you get those double hits in, this is Yoko's best DPS option.
So we're coming up on the end game gauntlet. Going the right way. Yeah. I always doubt myself there for some reason, but this is the correct way to go. If you have anything you want to read, now would be a great time while we're headed to the final boss.
I have an excellent announcement. We have opened up a new milestone for the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, the bonus any % run. Reminder, a milestone means that every donation that you put in between now and the end of Morrowind will go towards this milestone. If we can raise a total of $800 before the end of the run, Musical Daredevil is going to play a bonus any % run after the all main quests run, showing us how to beat the game under 4 minutes. So let's get this met to show the glitchiest run that this game has to offer. Also, we are still looking for some names for the character name for Morrowind. So if you have something that you want Musical Daredevil to put up with for the entirety of his run, go ahead and get those in now. ! Donate in that chat. Let's get it going.
Definitely want to see that Morrowind any %. Probably one of the games that can contest Castlevania in terms of brokenness.
So this is just like the broken game block then.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, coming up is the first of the 3 final bosses. Depth. Really fun fight, but also pretty difficult and a lot of RNG. We're looking at him, we want him to not do the scythe swipe attack. Instead, we want him to do clones or this, the miniature scythe attack. Because this lets us get double hits in on him. So really good RNG so far. This is what we want to not see. Pretty good phase 1. Then for phase 2, we're going to be switching to Alucard. The scariest thing you can do in phase 2 is this. Is nothing attack, where he just moves around, because his movement is very erratic and unpredictable. I just wanted to come down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you can see his attacks really hurt. With this attack, it's easy to get comboed. Play this safe and just bonk on the ceiling. You can try and get in hits by space jumping, which is something we didn't talk about. But it's a little risky. And these skeleton heads would one-shot me if they take a bite out of me.
Doesn't even really save that much time. That's more of a going for record strat.
Yeah, that's like you're going for record in any % NMC. I'd like him to die soon. I will die soon. Like this. Alright, there we go. Nice.
Nice. This has been a pretty amazing run so far.
Yeah, this is going better than any of my practice runs did so far. Now we just have the final area, the Abyss, and 2 more bosses.
Chat, final area, and we still need names for Morrowind. I am frankly disappointed that no one is using this time to meme. I know you all are dirty memers, and I know that you have ideas.
Okay, chance I die here is a little high. Especially because I don't know a strat for this room. I really need to learn one. I just wing it every time, and so far it's worked out. So Yoko's staff does have lifesteal, so I can get a little bit of HP back that way. Here I'm going to do a classic unhinged Brook strat, which is using fire on these guys. If you get the double hit, it kills them, and you don't have to wait for them. This is where I can die. Okay, that Aranus, or what is that enemy? Is that Aranus? No, Stolas.
Yeah, Aranus.
Aranus is the little guy. Yep. Okay. Has a deceptively large hitbox, so pretty tough to jump around them as Yoko. We'll also have to take this room a little slow. Fly over this guy. Alright, cool. We should be in the clear. This Malakota is fully manipulable. Uh-oh. There's no more zips in the run, by the way, so I don't have to worry about experience from here on out. Alright, cool. Didn't die. Despite taking 1,000,000 hits in first room. Now we have Abaddon, one of the RNG heaviest bosses in the game. And of course he immediately jumps to center, which is not what I wanted to see from him. And he hits me with the C attack, which is also not what I wanted to see from him. But yeah, these locusts can combo you extremely hard. Like that was 3 hits right there. Scary. Hope I have enough FP. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you, iframes. All right, we're good.
Ooh. Let me just say for the record, that was one of the worst Abaddon patterns I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So we're nearing the end here. Thanks again to everyone for meeting that incentive for Menace. However, the final boss in Julius mode is not gonna be Menace. It's gonna be someone different, someone new.
I'm gonna be a little safety here and fly over this guy. Also means we get to see Julius one last time. There, I did a little bit of movement as him, just for you. Chat. Final room of the abyss. Save one last time before the final boss. Switch to Alucard. That's going to be Evil Soma. I guess the twist of this mode is that it's an alternate timeline where Soma became evil and corrupted by Dracula.
This has my favorite evil laugh sound effect of any video game.
Note to recycle. He's like 1 hit away. 2, whatever. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the changes made to this fight in the Dominus collection? The breaking of it, and then the
kind of a funny story.
Fixing of the breaking, yeah.
So yeah, this is being played on the recently released Dominus Collection, which is a compilation of all 3 DS games on modern platforms. It is the gold standard of game preservation. They went out of their way to keep it as faithful as possible, but in 1.0, they accidentally changed this boss fight. So you can no longer walk underneath Somacula when he's jumping, because the larvae just go too fast, and the angles are slightly different. However, in an update, they reverted it to make it more faithful to the 2005 original.
You're ready on time, by the way. Going to be on the final hit of this fight. Could have maybe gone for the kill there, but be risky. All right, end time.
GG.
Nice run. That went better than any of my practice runs did. That was Deathless, right?
Yeah.
Deathless is like more than you can ask for in this category.
Absolutely incredible.
So, yeah, shoutouts to the Castlevania community. Dominus brought in a lot of new runners, lots of cool people running and routing these games. Lots of categories to play. If you like Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, or Order of Ecclesia, be sure to check out the handheld Igavania server or the GBA games. There's also a GBA collection if you're interested in those. If you want to know anything about running these games, or if you just want to check me out in general, you can find me at Lonely RTA on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky. Yeah. Shoutouts to Castlevania, and shoutouts to Jupiter Climb for commentating. Extremely good Castlevania runner. Find him everywhere at Jupiter Climb.
Hey, are we doing the incentive right now?
Yeah. As soon as I just wanted to give a few shoutouts, and then we can jump into that. So
if you don't mind, I'll stick around for this. This is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, please do. I'm not going to be able to talk during this. So if we're ready, I can jump into the incentive.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to remind everyone that for the character named Bid War for Morrowind, special characters are allowed, so you can straight up do 16 interrobangs or 16 ampersands, and that can be the character's name if you're looking for ideas. And with that, I leave the rest to you.
Yeah, so real quick, let me reset my timer. Good time, by the way. It was like a 40-20 something. Anyway, just to go through my stats that I have on this save. I have the Durandal, which is like a pretty good broadsword, swings like this. I have the Masamune, pretty good katana you can buy in the shop. It's mostly going to be Durandal, but there might be a situation where I want to use Masamune. And then Orok Suit, Satan's Ring, pretty good accessories and armor in this game. The real kicker here is I have Devil, which is a soul that drains 10 HP. It's not every second, it's like every half second. In exchange for a huge amount of power. So yeah, I am ready to go. If we want to do a countdown for this, it's 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Menace, the final boss of Soma mode. Extremely difficult fight, and it's going to be even harder because I'm doing Devil strats. But you can see without Devil I do 44, and with, hold on. With I do, I believe, yeah, 121, so it's huge increase in damage.
Now, what's nice about the Devil's Soul is that it gives you this insane stat boost, and while it does drain your HP, it is non-lethal. So you'll remain at 10 HP or less, and you won't die, but then at that point, anything will kill you. And here come the spawns. This is total RNG. A terrible pattern to start, nicely handled.
Yeah, the Durandal is pretty good for crowd control. Crowd control, a huge part. Did not mean to use 2 high mind ups. Should be fine. Crowd control is a huge part of the Menace fight. You can also see that the mouth opens and closes. Every time I hit it, it will close again. So I can't use like multi-hit. That was too close. Like multi-hit moves on it. Song also a massive banger. Alright, that's the head. Okay. And then the knee has no restrictions on how much you can hit it, so I'm also gonna use this Abaddon Soul, which also helps with the spawns. Ready on time in a second here, hopefully. Once I run out of high potions, by the way, I literally have no more healing. So I just have to do the fight without getting hit, and that's time. That's a first try.
Good gameplay day. Really good.
Yeah. I'm really happy I first tried that. I was more worried about the incentive than I was about the run. There was a decent... I feel like I undersold how hard that was. Because you can definitely get walled there, and there was a very real possibility that I did not finish in 10 minutes. So yeah, shoutouts to... I guess I already did my main shoutouts, but shoutouts to everyone who runs Soma mode. Also a really cool speedrun. I definitely want to do Soma glitchless run soon. So now, if you want to see my yearly stream, again, I'm Lonely RTA on Twitch. And yeah, I think that's going to do it, unless you have anything to say, Jupiter.
Happy to be a part of it. Really great Castlevania showcase. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime. And thanks for having me for the marathon. It was really an honor to raise money for an awesome cause. And I'm glad we got to raise money during this run. So yeah.
And thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it. And with that, everyone, we will be back in just a little bit. Go ahead and use this time to stretch your legs, maybe put in a donation, maybe get a snack. Not necessarily all in that order, but stick around. All right, everybody, give it up one more time for that incredible run of Castlevania with Lonely. That was beautiful, immaculate, and so much fun to be part of. Up next, we do have the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and we have gotten a name for that character. Unfortunately, I am not happy with this, and I would like it to be something different. So please, for my sanity and for yours, I'm begging that you donate to put a different name in, because currently in the lead with $6 is Evil Osmorn. And that comes from a donation from Osmorn that says, let's get that any percent incentive met. So thank you, Osmorn, for that donation. I do not want the character to be named Evil Osmorn. That is my personal preference. I think Osmorn is a good person and does good things, but does not deserve to be part of Elder Scrolls. That is my personal opinion. You don't have to tell anyone else. Don't tell Osmorn. I hope he's not watching right now. If he is, I'm sure I'll hear something. But with just a $7 donation, you can put a different name in the lead, and that name will have nothing to do with Osmorn. And I think with that, if you do that, we'll all be winners here. Again, special characters are allowed up to 16 characters. So you can do a bunch of @ signs, ampersands. You could even do like a censored version of a cuss word. That would be pretty funny. In my opinion, I would love to see that. And if all else fails, you can put your dog's name, especially because we're here raising money for a really cute puppy. We are at $761 total raise, which means that we are also very close to helping Trainer Anade cover 2 of the 4 service dog specific training courses that Quet will start at 6 months old. It is $390 for one of those courses. And so $780 will cover 2 of those courses, which that's half of them, which is incredible. Or, you know, instead of $7, an $8 donation would also be Evil Osmorn. And $8 will also cover an entire bag of training treats, which is something that we love to see. We love to see those puppies get those little treats. For anyone who's just joining us, this is Quest for Quet, and this is a mutual aid event helping our friend of the community, Trainer Anade, to train and raise their next service animal, Quetzalcoatl. In the United States, a service dog is an animal that has been trained to fulfill the specific needs of a disabled partner. These tasks can range from detecting allergens in food to performing deep pressure therapy during panic attacks. So to help Anade directly, you can find their PayPal by typing !donate in the chat. And if you want to keep up with Quet and Anade's journey after this event, great news. You can follow Quet's training journey on TikTok. So just type !socials or !TikTok in chat for that link. So you can donate to help, and then you can watch on TikTok to see how your donations have helped. Hope everyone is having a great evening so far. I appreciate you being here. Whether you're chatting, you're lurking, or you have this on in the background. We appreciate you being here and helping us out. A reminder that the minimum donation for this event is $1. And every little bit helps. I hope y'all are enjoying this excellent music just as much as I am. Enjoy it a little bit more, and we will be right back with Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. We are almost set up for Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And while we were setting up, some more names came in for that character bid war. Thank you so much. So first, we had $10 from Zoku Bun. Said, I challenge you to read this name out loud and have chat guess what the name was. And that name was Exclamation point, question mark, 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 exclamation point, question mark. Thank you. And then we also had $20 from Soulmass218. Make that 2 courses met for Quet. Less than 3. Thank you so much. That is right. With that $780, we have now met 2 of the 4 service dog specific training courses that Quet will start when he is 6 months old. Thank you so much for that. And that also went towards our character bid war to name the character la 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 la.